Okay, I've finally cooled down. I almost had a panic attack because I could not find where I put my block of the month for May. But I found it on my dryer underneath a stack of towels. So that is that. It is May 31st today, so I am definitely starting this one a bit late. But May has been a hectic month. It's been all sorts of stuff. Plus, this came to me almost a week late. So these shipped from North Carolina. For some reason, it flew right over Colorado, went to Salt Lake, and then from Salt Lake it went to Seattle and spent several days in Seattle before it came back to me. I don't understand. But anyways, so that was one thing, it was delayed. But then, like I said, May is a hectic month for me. I work in an elementary school, and May is the last month of work. So there is a lot going on to finish up the school year. So I was just like, yeah. And then my husband for Mother's Day got me a 3D printer. And so that has kind of consumed my life a little bit as well. Plus, I cannot have that running at the same time as a lot of other things in this room. This room does not have the best power. Like if this is running at night, I cannot turn on the overhead lights. They flicker really bad. So, but here's the thing is they flicker bad if I have my iron on as well and the lights on. So I figured probably turning on my iron and my sewing machine is probably not a good idea while the printer is running. Today I don't have anything going, so today is probably a good day to get this at least started. So this is May's block. So month 4, because this didn't start until February. I'll get everything out and I can show you what I'm doing. I don't have the overall one. That's still in the box put away for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you here. If you can see, it's these strips here. Oh, focus. It doesn't want to focus. So these 2 outlined strips, that's what we're working on. Mine are not in the pink. They're actually in these blues and grays. So that'll be my color scheme. So yeah, it looks like we're just doing quarters. What are they? Quarter square triangle blocks and a clover block. Oh, focus. That's what we'll be working on today. She also threw in a sticker for one of her new quilts. It's called the Pansy Patch, so she threw in a sticker for that, which is kind of nice. It's cute. Cute little sticker, so let me put that somewhere. Also, I'm sitting on the floor because my sewing table is a mess. This is where we originally put the 3D printer, but I told them, I'm like, it cannot stay there because of sewing. I'm like, I can't have the 3D printer right there. So I found this in the basement. It's one of those Alex drawers from IKEA. It's the bigger version, like the wider version, and it actually works really great for the printer I have, which is a Creality K2 Pro, in case you're interested. Again, that has consumed my life. There's my library. If you've seen my other video, all about that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and prep the fabric. And, hold on, let's see here. It says it's officially month 4 of the Homespun Collective Block of the Month by Lo and Behold Stitchery. In case you haven't seen any of the other videos. This month will bring us the quarter square triangles and the clover blocks. We will start our sewing with the quarter square triangle blocks, a relative of the half square triangles. Then we'll create the clover blocks, which are the smallest pieces in our homespun quilts. There are 3/4 inch squares. Dang, I have several tips and tricks. And the end result, a darling cross stitch inspired block. Makes it worth the extra care. Oof. All right, yeah, I'm going to definitely have to probably watch the videos just to see what the tips and tricks are. So I'm going to have to figure out also my colors. Let's see here. Is this N? Yes. This is color N. Oh, I really should have the other thing so I could give you the names. But we have color N. Is there any? Sometimes it's on, oh, periwinkle. This is periwinkle. M, which is, let's see. I don't know if it's going to have, nope, I don't think it has the name on this one because it is a smaller piece. Sorry, I don't have the name for M. And L, this is the biggest piece. This one is called Night Sea. Night Sea. This is a very pretty boo. So we have L, M, and N. Really pretty. I'm going to prep them, which is just you iron and starch, and then you refold to match up like the ends so that they're nice and as square as possible so that you can prep. It looks like color L. I have several different types of cuts and lots of subcuts. And then, okay. I'm curious if she saw my thing. I'm curious when these are printed because there is a note on this one where asterisk means it is a square. So there is one where I'm going to cut it. Okay. It means it's a square. I don't know if you've watched my, I don't know if it was the previous month or the month before that. I had issues. I wasted a bunch of fabric because there was asterisks next to some of these subcuts, but there was no information on what that asterisk meant. And so I had messed up and accidentally cut my fabric wrong, which really frustrated me. I was able to get through it, but it frustrated me. So it says estimated completion time is 5 to 6 hours. Usually does not mean that for me. Okay, now I got my tools for cutting. All the rulers and my cutting board. I'm just going to sit here again and just cut away at everything. The cutting. Oh my goodness, my hips hurt from sitting on the floor. Crisscross applesauce. Anyways, that was a lot of cutting, especially for L. So we have this size. We have this size. We have a bunch of these and a whole bunch of those. And then a bunch of these. Orange skins. And then a whole bunch of those. So I don't know what I want to do. So for right now, I'm going to clean up all this so that my cats don't mess with it. Here's my leftovers, I should say. This is all the leftovers for L, M, and N. What I need to do is get a Ziploc bag and put these away because I do not need these for the rest of the time. I shouldn't, unless I messed up somewhere cutting, but I shouldn't need these. So what I like to do is put them in a Ziploc bag, label them for what month they are, and then pop them in the thingamabob, the box that I'm storing everything in until it's time to assemble the quilt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up here and hope and pray. So I have it up here on this stool. Hope and pray that any wind movement from my kids running through or from when I open the window, nothing blows away. I could put all my rulers on top of, especially the tiny pieces. So I could do that to protect. Yeah, that'll be good. Again, I just put the rulers on top of all those tiny pieces. Clean up what I got here. Clips, rotary cutter, and the rest of this is trash. These need to go where they belong. And trash, 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 and trash. So for right now, that is what I am going to do in this clip. There's no rush, honestly. Mid-June is when the next drop will, but again, it's the summer. I am not as worried about getting these blocks done in a timely manner as I was in the beginning because I have more free time, so it's okay. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop in my audiobook. I'm listening to The Stars Are Dying and probably knit. I am working on a double knit button band right now, so that takes ages and ages. So I'll probably work on that and listen to my book. All right, I'll see you in the next clip. I'm gonna have to charge these microphones at some point or the other, but they're still green. I don't even know how well they work, to be honest. I know they're pretty good when I have them directly right here, but I need my hands. Anyways, it's the next day. The print that I wanted to start today takes so long that my husband would see it by the time he got home. So I think what I have to do is wake up extra early, start the print so it's finished before he gets home from work. I think that's what I'll have to do for 2 different pieces too. So I have time. It's her Father's Day, so I have time. So anyways, since I'm not doing that, I figured I can start. So I need to make quarter square triangles with these. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It wants me to mark on this one. Yeah. Once we mark on L, it says mark a diagonal line, sew them together, cut them, press them. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I need to get everything set up then. I got this tea towel from a friend a while ago in a box exchange thingy, and I use this as a cover for my sewing machine, like a dust cover. It's so cute. Just one more. It's always my life. My husband's like, you have too many. I'm like, Granted, I had a lot during COVID. A lot of plants, I should say. I had a lot of plants during COVID. I've gotten rid of quite a few since, so I don't have too many now. That's just his opinion. Anyways, how do I want to do this? Because it's a lot of cutting and pressing. I wish I had a small cutting mat too. I do have this for pressing, but the heat goes through this, so I don't want to do it directly on the table either. So I feel like I'm going to have to try to set up my stuff here again because I don't want to do it on the floor. I just don't. Not today. But I have so many pieces. I might have to put the cutting board. No, I can't put the cutting board on the floor because it needs a hard surface. This room is carpeted. Need another table. Need another table. Excuse me. And I mean like a sturdy table, not no dinner tray. Okay, I'm going to put the cutting one on there for now. The ironing one here. I do have an ironing board. I should let you all know. I do have an ironing board. I just have never liked using ironing boards. I think it's just because they wobble so much. I just can't stand ironing boards. So I have this piece of wood and then I just cover it with a towel and then a piece of fabric and staple it down, which there is a staple that needs to be pushed in a little bit more, but yeah, I just staple it in and then that way I can always change it if I want to, like change the design, the fabric design, or if something happens to it. I honestly only changed it twice, I think. Once my cat threw up on it. The second time, I think I accidentally sliced it and cut a big hole in it. So, yeah, I wish I had a small cutting mat. Should look into that. Anyways, we just need to get my iron hooked up and we'll be good to go. All right, so minus trimming. I got this block done. Easy peasy, love it. So yes, I'm just going to trim it, but I'm going to take the kids to the library. So I can trim this later. I don't need electricity to do that. So there's 10 blocks here. And then all that's left after these is the, what is she calling them? The clover blocks, which is going to definitely take way more time. So that'll have to be another day. All right, thanks. Okay, it's really late at night, but I have to show you the ridiculousness that this is. My pins are bigger than these pieces of fabric. So you have to put them all in the corners. I'm not sewing anything tonight. I just thought I'd prep, and that's right. This is a pain in the arse. I thought I'd prep these and get them ready for sewing, but this is a lot. It's so darn tiny. So tiny. Yep. I have to, did I say I have to make 12, do 12 of these? So, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to sew such tiny little things without getting my fingers in the way? Oh, can you even see this? They're so tiny. So I have to mark the diagonals. So instead of the knife, I'm using this pen just because. And I hope it's not like disappears after a while. I don't know. Maybe I should only do the one because I don't know if it'll I don't know if it'll disappear if I leave it be. Who does this? I don't think I've ever. I thought doing a 1-inch block was ridiculous. I made a quilt a long time ago. I made myself a little pixel Zelda quilt, and each block was an inch. Was an inch big. I thought that was small. These little squares are a 3/4 inch square. So, yeah. All right, I'm only gonna do the 2 because I'm not sure if those blue lines are gonna disappear. I know you probably can't see them. It's, again, the lighting is terrible right now. But I did draw these little blue lines. I can see them, but I'm worried that they'll disappear with time. It's a water soluble pen, I think. But who knows? What you looking for? I haven't seen it in days, Troy. It's probably gross. Yep, I'm putting that one that way. All right, I'm just going to do those 2 and call it good. Hi, hello. Welcome back to another day. It is 7:26 p.m. on Wednesday. And I'm in beige again because that's all I seem to wear sometimes. It is what it is. I finished trimming up these blocks last night. I just did it last night. And then I started prepping these at like 9 o'clock last night, but then I was like, wait a minute, I should probably pause on that because I have to mark a diagonal on these tiny little baby squares. And I'm using this pen, but then I got worried that if I went ahead and prepped all these, those lines would disappear. It is not air soluble, it is water soluble, but I don't know if with time they disappear regardless if there's water or air. That's what I'm trying to say. So I only pinned 2 of them, but look at how itty bitty. That's kind of a pain in the arse. So there's 12 of these, I believe. Yes, I have to do 12 of these bad boys. And then, let's see. And then 24 small ones. So it looks like I'll snowball, well, at least only 2 corners of these small guys as well. 24 of them. That's a lot of tiny, itty bitty little sewing bits. Probably the smallest thing I've ever sewn in piecing before. So that's kind of ridiculous. But I know it's late, but I've figured, I'm bored. I'm just sitting on the couch over there, just doom scrolling. So I might as well be productive in some way. And there's still plenty of sunlight. I mean, the overhead lights are on too. So I think maybe I'm going to at least do the 12 of these. Maybe. We will see. I'll just knock them out, do the ironing and the trimming another time, maybe? We'll see. I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, I got them all sewed on, so I'm going to go ahead and trim them and I guess press them because I got nothing better to do with my time right now. Once I'm done with these, then I'll put the rest off for tomorrow. It's not fun. The sewing is the easiest part of this all. Marking them, pinning them, that is the pain in the tush, honestly. I'm grateful I have this teeny tiny little ruler. This is a 2.5 by 2.5, so this works pretty well with the marking and hopefully with the trimmer. Again, I wish I had a smaller one of these, but I do not. So I need a 1/4 inch. Ooh, that doesn't look like a 1/4 inch. Where's my other ruler? That's, oh, because I was looking at the 1/2 inch side. I was like, that's a very small 1/4 inch. But it's very hard. Dang, you barely, right? You're barely trimming anything off of these. Just safety. This is how much, you see, that's how much you trim off. It is so tiny, insurmountable. And you're left with that, and then I have to press open. It is what it is. Whoa, my chair. Alrighty. Quick check-in. I just assembled or pieced all these pieces just now. I didn't really film much of it just because it was very tedious and annoying, and plus my husband was up here taking a nap, so I didn't want to disturb him. But it took forever, and I wanted to show you. I am nervous about these teeny little pieces because I still have to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so I feel like it's going to take off so much. But this is what these blocks will look like. Oh, this one. And then this one. So yeah, I'm taking a break for the evening. I did these. Taking a break, and I'll do it hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get it done and ready to go. Oh, hey. Hi. I forgot to turn this on before I started. It is Sunday. It is, wow, 5:18 in the evening. And I finally just started piecing the squares together. I have not gotten far. I've only done the top. Sorry, that's not anywhere close to you. I've only started by doing these 2 pieces, the top. I'm about to iron them and then add the next piece. But yes, it is incredibly hot here. It has been hot all weekend long, which is ridiculous. And to me, hot is, it is 83 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot. There's no air breeze, like coming through the house anymore. There was earlier and it was nice, but not anymore. It is now just hot and uncomfortable, and there's just no circulation. So I'm just like, I was knitting earlier today, that's why, and I went to Topgolf as well, so that's why I'm starting so late. But I need to get it done because the next package probably won't start it tomorrow, but it comes tomorrow, so I have any time to get it started. It just depends on what I got going on, I guess. But yes, I just wanted to say hi, show you where I'm at, and get working. I'm going to press these all open and then get the next pieces going. Okay, so it's about an hour-ish later. I did take a mini break to go help my husband with something, so it didn't take me a full hour-ish to do this, but I am finished with month 4, which is May's blocks. So let me show you what there are. Oh goodness, it's warm. It is warm. Okay, so we have just these. And then we have the QST, what was that, quarter square triangles? These ones. And then we have the clover blocks, which look like this. And they didn't turn out terrible. I mean, they're not perfect in any sense of the word. Here's the back, a Hot Mess Express. These little corner bits are the tiniest pieces I've ever worked with. The best looking square block, whatever, I guess is this one. I don't really have like a horribly bad one. I did at one point, but then I trimmed it up just a little bit. But yeah, I got 12 of these. And they're going to go with the rest of the quilt. So I'll go ahead and show you as a recap. Here is the quilt. This is very warm. Iron. So it's the Homespun Collective Block of the Month by Lo and Behold Stitchery. I just did, you see where these pink ones are? I did those. But as you can see, mine are in dark and light blue. So that is what I did there. So these outside bits have been finished. These pink bits have been finished. And then this and this has been finished. So let's see what is next, which comes tomorrow. The sprinkle blocks 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Sprinkle blocks 1, 2, and 3 are these. Up. There's going to be a lot of piecing as well because it looks like, well, strip piecing, I would guess, and then a lot of trimming. So I think that's what's going to happen there. So that'll be a little bit of work, but not horrible. Again, strip piecing it's pretty straightforward. It's just sewing long strips together, chopping them up, rearranging. So can only hope for the best that it goes kind of quickly. So here's my colorway. So the one on the cover is the OG colorway, and this one's my colorway. So let's see, the colors I used this month were L, M, and N. So Night Sea was the darkest color. The middle color, which is on this one's called Atmospheric. That's the one I couldn't tell. And then the lightest one is Periwinkle. So those were the 3 colors. And I think that is the only time I use those in this quilt, actually, according to this, this lovely little chart. So it tells me all the colors, where they're located inside the quilt. And I can tell that L, M, and N, they only have 1 cut. And those are the cuts that I received. So those are the only time that I'll be using those in this quilt. And plus I'm slowly running out of clips because I'm putting those on there and then sticking them in the box. Okay, so that is it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, and I will see you shortly for the next one because I don't think I'm gonna jump into it immediately, but I'm not gonna wait till the end of June. So you'll see me sooner rather than later. All right, bye.